I realised this morning that gratitude isn't something you can be selective about. I was on my morning walk and I was thinking about all of the things that I gave up 25 years ago to move to Hobart to study psychology. My husband and I both gave up well-paid jobs. We gave up our friendship circle. We gave up pretty much everything to move to this small town as it felt at the time compared to life in Melbourne, to go to university and to take on a professional mantle. So we were eyes on the prize, in our mid to late 20s, knew exactly where we were heading with our studies, and we buckled down and we worked bloody hard for the next bunch of years. And for me, it was a 10-year journey before I had my PhD and all of my other qualifications to be able to practice psychology. So I gave up a lot, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how grateful I felt to my younger self for making, I guess, a pretty big, brave decision. And then it dawned on me that having made that decision, I'm now in the position 25 years later of preparing to move back to Melbourne and re-enter life in a bigger city as a professional with a new career focus. My mentoring work is the driver for me going back to Melbourne, and that's what I'll be focusing on when I'm there. And I realized, all of my business experiences, all of my experiences as a psychologist, all of my experiences as a business owner, and some of them have been pretty bloody harsh, let me tell you, have led me to this point. And it kind of stopped me in my tracks. I thought, we talk a lot about gratitude. We talk a lot about being grateful. Now, gratitude, you can kind of align gratitude with meditation in a way. The act of taking a moment to be present, mentally present, with thoughts of the good stuff that you've got. The thought, even just the act of trying to think of something that you're grateful for, has a positive impact on your mood and your general well-being. And if you do it as a regular practice, even better. But I was thinking this morning, when we talk about gratitude, we're usually just focusing on the good stuff, right? I'm grateful for this beautiful view I've got of my garden here in Hobart. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to go back to life in Melbourne as a professional and start the next phase of my business and family life. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to home educate my kids so we can be as mobile as we need to be over the next phase of our family life together. But what about the shitty stuff? I'm grateful. And this was the big realization I had this morning, that I am so grateful for the lessons I learned as a business owner, having survived a couple of really shitty staffing crises, having survived some really shitty attacks on my personal reputation, having survived some really scary financial stresses, having survived really difficult, stressful, almost burnt out phases of my life as a business owner over the last bunch of years. And I'm grateful for just what that's shown me about what I can tolerate, what I can overcome, what I can learn from, and the opportunity to then help other business owners survive their own shitty times. So it got me thinking about gratitude. It got me thinking about, why do we talk so much about being grateful for the good stuff? Because that actually sometimes for some of us makes us feel a little bit guilty, makes us feel a little bit first worldish. I want you thinking about not only the good stuff that's happened, I want you thinking about just how incredibly strong and resilient and resourceful and incredible and amazing you have been with the things that you've tolerated, the things you've survived, the things you've overcome, the things you've problem solved. Man, we have the capacity to really drill into just how amazing we are if we would only stop, take a moment, step back and go, whoa, did I really overcome that thing? So even for those who have the awful experience of traumatic events, no matter what trauma you've experienced in life, there is, and I'm not going to say silver lining because trauma sucks big time, but your capacity to grow not as a result of trauma, but beyond trauma, to grow with trauma, to grow with grief if you've lost somebody dear to you, your capacity to grow from those life experiences. There's actually a whole field of psychological research that looks at post-traumatic growth. We have the capacity to do that. So I wish for you that none of you have experienced any kind of trauma, but if you have, I wish that you have definitely found some way to grow with that trauma in your background and grow through that and beyond that. But for the rest of us, we've all got stuff. Everyone's got stuff. We've all got shitty stuff. We've all got difficult stuff, whether it's in business life or personal life or just life full stop. We all have hard times. We all have tough times. So take a moment to just be really grateful to yourself for just how strong you actually have been in the past. Don't overlook that. Don't brush it aside. Don't shove it in a back corner and say, yeah, but that doesn't count. I guess in my experience as a psychologist, I've seen lots and lots of people try and discount the things they've overcome because they say, well, yeah, but other people have survived tougher things than I have. Sure, maybe. Other people have buckled under the weight of things that are not as difficult as you might have felt them to be. It's all relative. All of our experiences are our experiences. We can't compare them to anybody else's. So take that time to sit back with a little bit of gratitude. Journal on this if you like. Create a gratitude list that goes beyond the sort of blah, blah, boring stuff that everybody's grateful for. Of course we're grateful for sunshine. Of course we're grateful for fresh air. Of course we're grateful for our lives, all of that sort of stuff, but be grateful for the lessons, whether it's in your business or your personal life, because that's where your strength is. And once you acknowledge that, it's something that you can always draw on again. But if you leave it hidden and unacknowledged, sometimes you'll feel like you're drowning. You won't realise just how strong you've been in the past, and you'll wonder where your life jacket's gone. So spend a bit of time being aware of the strength that you've shown in the past, because that's what's going to serve you again the next time shitty stuff comes around. Talk soon. Bye.